be a Thai baddie. She has like 0 fucking reach. And she's actually got pretty good grappling, even though she's like Thai and supposed to be a Muay Thai type fighter. But she's fucking good, bro. Beat Brazil, Denise Gomez, Sam Hughes, all like solid wins. Only lost to Lupi Godinez, someone else who's pretty good that I'm blanking on. Dainara, she fucking crushed Molly McCann in her debut. But it's Molly McCann. Come on, like, this girl's Brazilian. She's got a good record. She's strong. You know, I think she could definitely win this fight using her grappling. Fucking the Brazilians have been on fire lately, low-key. Not, you know, fighting nerds haven't been popping off, but I've been watching the Contender Series a lot, and every time there's a Brazilian, I'm like, alright, I'm betting on this guy. Actually, I don't bet on them. I usually bet against them, then I lose. But I've noticed that they fucking cook up, dude. So these young Brazilian prospects, I think, are up right now. So I could see Dara edging out a decision by grappling, maybe getting a sub, but I think Loma's pretty, not elite, but pretty good. She's good enough, I think, to beat Alexa Dainara by decision. Just doing enough on the feet, defending the takedowns, but I could be wrong. I'm not super confident in this pick. Next up, we got Brando versus Alicia Ellison. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I did not do any research on either of these motherfuckers. Both guys making their UFC debut. They're both heavyweights. They looked like, you know, heavyweights. Off of vibes. Let's go off of the vibes. 5 picks we got. Dude, I don't understand what's good with ESPN. If y'all ever Google a fighter in, like, a picture comes up from ESPN, it's always a completely different fucking fighter, bro. Like, I look up Elijah Ellison, and the first thing that pops up is a picture of Mateus Cameron. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, alright. Black dude, cooked hairline, a little bit of gyno, a little bit of a fatty boom batty. Now let's take a look at Alicia. Oh shit. Or no, wait, maybe that was Alicia. Oh fuck. Alright, let's take a look at Brando Bedoya. Also a bit of a fatty boom batty. Looks like Croatian or some shit. Yeah, I'll go with Brando, I guess. Looks like he's like Polish or something. And Polish heavyweights are usually pretty decent, so I'll go Brando by fucking first round knockout. And I swear this shit was added like a week ago. Like, oh my god, bro, don't even get me started on the state of the fucking UFC. Alright, next up, Michelle Montenegro versus Luana Karolina. Luana Karolina, long and lanky, but she kind of shows up sometimes, looks alright, other times just gets whooped. Like against Molly McCann, she got fucking spinning elbowed. Montague, from what I saw, she was fighting in the PFL. She's pretty fucking jacked and looks like a legitimate fighter, so I'm gonna go Montague by decision. I'm gonna go like 30-27, kind of dominant decision. And I don't think Luina's big enough for bantamweight. And the PFL female fighters are actually pretty fucking good. They have a lot of good female fighters over there, so I'm gonna trust Montague to get this one done. Next up, we got Colby Thickness, my boy Thickness, going against, who is this? Mousasa. Mousasa lost to I think his name's Carlos Vera, this guy that trains with Ryan Hall. He's like an Ecuadorian dude, kind of short, but also weirdly lengthy, and like a fucking heel guy. And he fucking clocked Mousasa as like a plus like 300, 400 underdog, some insane odds, with his spinning wheel kick. Fucking knocked him down, finished him off. Like, it was crazy. I think, you know, Mousasa, whatever, is fucking, he's good. He's strong, he's powerful, but I don't think he's like a top level fighter by any means. I think he's one of these Abdul Azak, fuck, what was his name? guy that fought Cody Brundage and won by headbutt. One of those kind of fighters where it's like they look scary as fuck, but they're actually not the best in the world. Like a Pelagioki type of build, you know. That being said, thickness, I think he is pretty decent. He held his own against Tabori's brother, and he is fucking skinny, bro. Like, he does not have any power whatsoever. But he was kind of like touching Tabori on the back foot with the jab, with the straight shots. Yeah, I don't think he's bad at all. I think to survive against, even though, you know, he's a bit of a can crusher, that fucking Tabori's brother hits fucking hard, so to be able to kind of dance around and edge out, or survive, I guess, I think that's a good look. It showed me, and that was on short notice too, it shows me that, alright, this guy's like, he knows how to survive, he's not a dummy. And I think with that kind of technical ability, I think he'll be able to kind of touch up Osias Mousasa. Oh, there's a fucking bug on the camera. Can you see it? Can you see the bug on the camera? Oh, it's gone. Yeah, I'm gonna go thickness by 29-28 decision. I think he'll do what he did against Taboria, but a lot more successfully. He'll land those straight shots. Maybe mix in a little bit of wrestling, throwing a lot of kicks, keeping Mousasa on the outside. Mousasa's definitely gonna have the strength advantage. He could have success in the wrestling, but I'm gonna trust in thickness to get it done by decision. I think he's pretty sharp, and he's got a full camp this time too. And this is his hometown. Next up, Jamie Malarkey versus Orlando Pedoya. Pedoya, I was high on, dude. After the Caitlin Williams fight, where I think he low-key won, I was like, damn, this guy's kind of sharp, like, great jab, fucking amazing calf kicks. I really liked how he looked. I thought he looked sharp, and then his last couple fights, he has not been looking great, bro. Lost to Jai Herbert, and lost to someone else, but the UFC does not have that information. See, like, bro, let me show you. I look up Orlando Pedoya, right? Look at what comes up. First thing, ESPN. Fucking Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo. Fucking $1 billion company, bro. Like, what the fuck? Makes no sense. And they only have 2 of his fights. They just got Jai Herbert. The Jai Herbert fight. And that's literally it. But I think he's on like a 2-fight losing streak. Hold on, let me actually check it real quick. Yeah, 3-fight losing streak. Lost to Song Ganon. Yeah, that was not a good look. Dude, that actually makes me rethink my pick. That being said, you know, he's not a big welterweight when he was fighting up there. But Pedoya is a pretty decent sized lightweight. I'm pretty sure Malarkey fought him featherweight. And he is not a big lightweight at all. Like, he's got that kind of framey, like, Skeletor type, like, malnourished peasant type physique. But I think Pedoya should win this. He should win. I think Jamie Malarkey kind of sucks dick. He's not like the worst fighter in the world. He's just so chinny, and he doesn't have much power at all. But dude, if you're losing to Song Ganon, like, I don't know, he just looks so bad in his last couple fights. It's hard to pick him, but I can't pick Jamie Malarkey in 2025. That'd be a load of malarkey, so I'm gonna go with Pedoya by decision. Like, split, maybe close decision. Maybe he gets robbed. I could see that too. I honestly wouldn't be mad at it, because I'm surprised that Jamie Malarkey's still even in the UFC, so yeah, this is kind of a do or die fight for both these guys, but yeah, I'll go Pedoya on split decision. Next up, Jonathan Malev going against Elliot. I was so fucking surprised at Mikalev's last fight against Kevin Juicy. I thought he was gonna get crunched, bro. Not crunched, but like, I remember him on the Contender Series. I was like, okay, this guy's like kind of sloppy, you know, big guy, but like kind of messy on the feet. But he was fucking up Juicy, and Juicy's a good striker. Like, he's a decent technical, you know, CKP type striker. and he was fucking landing these kicks on him, bro. These body kicks, head kicks, like nasty, nasty kicks. Game planned really well, and just kind of fucked him up for 3 rounds. And yeah, I was very impressed. And then Oban's last fight, not the strongest outing. That might have been short notice. I know he was supposed to fight someone else, and that didn't work out. And they moved him, I think it was like an Abu Dhabi card, to fight this Asian dude. And the Asian dude just fucking out-grappled him for 3 rounds as like a big underdog. Yeah, he did not look great in that fight. I'm gonna keep it a buck, keep it a beat. I think his other fights, he doesn't look bad, but I'm gonna go with Malev, bro. He's fucking huge. Great body kicks. I don't really know much about his grappling, so he could get out-grappled, you never know. But yeah, I'm gonna go recency bias on this one. I'm picking Malev. I'll go by decision. I don't think Oban would be an easy guy to finish. Next up, Ralston. Ralston. Going against Andre Petroski. I'm gonna go Andre Petroski, bro. Listen, this guy lost to Doris Finney, right? Got out grappled. I think Andre Petroski is about the same level of grappler as Doris Finney is. Maybe not as dedicated to grappling as Doris Finney. That's all that Doris does. Andre will strike with motherfuckers kind of dumbly, but we'll do it. And yeah, this guy's got very aggressive striking. It is kind of sloppy, but that counts for a lot, especially against a guy like Andre, who's a bit chinny, a bit susceptible. But Andre's got some good wins, he's like a win-lose kind of guy. And some of his wins aren't too bad. I believe he beat the fucking jiu-jitsu guy that lost to him. Yeah, Rodolfo Vieira. That's a good win, dude. That is a solid win. And I just haven't really seen enough from Ralston. Again, he could definitely catch Andre on the feet and hurt him. Be a big moment in Australia or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like Andre is probably going to be able to out-grapple this guy, win by like a 29-28 decision. I think he's going to get rocked. Shoot in. What is it? Dude, I don't know though. I have a feeling he's going to get chinned, bro. As I'm saying this, I can just picture Andre just getting fucking flatlined by like a right hook or some shit. Just like a good counter. Dude. The vibes are like telling me to fucking pick Ralston by KO. Fuck. Alright, we'll go against the vibes. We'll go with my initial prediction. We'll go Petroski by decision. Using those single legs. Taking him down. I mean, bro, if you're losing to Doris Finney, like, come on. Next up we got Novo Sterling going against Rodolfo Bellato. I like Bellato. I don't now because I thought I really thought he was gonna get cut after his last fight. It was the most insane shit I've ever seen. Gonna get some crinkle noises in here. Yeah, Navo's good. I mean, he's a CKB guy, technical fucking light heavyweight. Kind of reminds me of Ulberg on the come up. Yeah, Bellato, dude, literally faked getting knocked out against Walker. That was the most insane shit I've ever seen. People saying like, oh, like you don't know, so you've never been knocked out, you wouldn't know how it feels. Like, yeah, sometimes guys just wake up and fucking start wrestling the ref. It's like, yeah, but never like that. I've been watching MMA for a while, bro. God, dude. Yeah, I've been watching this shit for like 7 years. 6-7 years. 6-7. Yeah, I've been watching watching this shit for a while, and I've never seen someone do what Bellato did against Paul Craig. The fact that on his way down, this dude legit looked to the ref like, yo, you see that shit, bro? And then pretended to go out, and then pretended to fucking wake up and, oh shit, oh. Like, I've seen Joseph Benavidez fucking wake up from getting slept by Biggie and, like, see God, you know? But that was the most actor, like, big shit I've ever seen. I thought he was gonna get cut, but I think the UFC's like, alright, bro, if you're gonna pull that shit, we'll give you a good prospect. Fucking go out there, do your thing. I think Bellato's decent, you know? I was a big fan of him when he came through the Contender Series. He was getting whooped by this guy who's a big favorite for a little bit, and then just came on with the pressure in the last couple rounds. Just put the beats on him, volume, got the guy gassed, and finished him, I believe. And I like that style. Like, he's got a good pressure boxing style. But I'm gonna go Navo Sterling, dude. Like, yeah, after that last fight, I don't know about this guy anymore. Pedoya, Loki almost fucking finished him. Navo, I don't think he's great. I don't think he'll crack top 15. I really don't. Even though it's that light heavyweight, but yeah, I think he's like a top 20 guy, maybe. You look, dude, he fight last. I remember he'd be like Duckos or some shit. Yvonne Urslan, yeah, got the board decision. Yeah, beat Duckos. If you're not finishing Duckos at light heavyweight, like, come on, bro. Are you really a prospect? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're giving this guy the easiest matchups, and he's doing good. Like, he's doing alright. He's having moments in close decisions. Yeah, I really don't think he's that good, but I do think he beats Bellato. I mean, Bellato's... I don't know. I mean, Bellato could gas him out, I guess, but these CKB technical striker guys, they know how to move on the back foot, not get pressured effectively, and land those calf kicks. I think Dava will get this one. Honestly, I'm gonna go knockout. I'm gonna go like later round knockout. He has been getting a lot of decisions, but I feel like Bellato's gonna be a little reckless at one point, and Sterling's gonna catch him. Next up, great fight. Very looking forward to this scrap. Nolan going against Charlie Campbell. We were supposed to get Charlie Campbell fights a couple times in a row, but I think a lot of cancellations, people pulling out. That's like a prospect, but also kind of not a prospect, kind of like Navo Sterling, but I guess a little bit worse, where like he looks alright and he's a long, lengthy guy. He's got, you know, good elbows and shit, but it's like he's kind of just barely winning these fights, you know. Got fucking knocked out bad by Nicholas Mata. Fucked up Victor Martinez. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Beat Alex Reyes by decision. I remember that fight. You should not be winning that by decision. You should be knocking that dude out. Like, Alex Reyes does not belong in the UFC, bro. Did win against Borshev, which I thought was a pretty good win. Borshev's a tricky guy. He's kind of hit or miss, but I do think that's a good win from him. Definitely tells me that he's improving. Yeah, he was supposed to fight Evan Elder, and I probably would have gone Evan Elder because that dude is actually really good. But Charlie Campbell coming in on short notice, which should be mentioned. That should be mentioned. Yeah, Tom Nolan, long, lanky guy, decent striker, good enough grappling. Charlie Campbell, he's like a very sharp fighter. He's kind of weird, you know, like he doesn't have crazy power or like amazing grappling or anything. But he's just like sharp, you know, he's got sharp boxing, that's how I describe him. He just kind of finds moments, puts pressure on guys, and he doesn't look like he hits super hard, but he fucking cracks. He's a banger for sure. I am worried about the short notice aspect. I think if this was like full game Charlie Campbell, I'd probably go with him to win. Wow, how tall is he? Let's see what the difference is going to be in reach. 6 feet versus 6'2". But you can't trust that shit, honestly. And they got like the same reach. I would go Charlie Campbell, dude. Fuck it. I think Tom Nolan's definitely improving. He's getting better. But I'm a bank that Charlie Campbell's been making improvements with all these camps he's been having and not getting to the fight. Again, he's just sharp, very well-rounded, good boxing. I think he'll just have slightly better moments than Tom Nolan and win by decision. I think he could also hurt Nolan too. Nolan doesn't have the greatest chin in the world, but yeah. Next up, Justin Dava going against Louis Southerntherland. I looked up the Southerntherland guy. Just the definition of a heavyweight, bro. I mean, not like a super fat heavyweight, but just big, muscular, slow, fucking rock'em sock'em robots ass fighter. Not super defensively sound, but pretty decent. He landed a good knee against the guy. I watched him fuck up. And yeah, I'm just not gonna pick Justin Dava ever, bro. I'm not picking any of these motherfuckers. I'm sorry. But they should not be in the UFC. I don't know why the UFC keeps putting them in main event slots. I guess it's because there's always like a finish with their fights, but it's always like the most retarded fight ever, bro. It's just like stupid, bro. Like, everyone likes to see knockouts, right? But you like to see skilled knockouts, like, oh, that was slick as fuck. It's always just some dumb shit, like they just scrap, and then someone gets caught with something, and that's the end of the fight. It's just like, I don't know, dude, this should not be on the main card, but I'm gonna go Louis Southerntherland, whatever the fuck his name is. He's jacked. Fucking, that's about it. Looks okay, and I think if you're an okay heavyweight, and you're not a fatty boom batty, and you're not super skinny, you'll probably beat Justin Dava, so I'm gonna go Louis Southerntherland by like knockout, or like ground and pound, TKO. Oh yeah, also the Dava brothers have 0 fucking ground game, even though they've been in the UFC for fucking 8 millennium. Next up, Jake Matthews going against Neil Magny. This is an interesting matchup. And I want to go Jake Matthews, because I love Jake Matthews, and I did not think he would submit my boy GD and Jaquani like that. That is like high-key the last way I saw that fight going. I really thought that GD was gonna have a lot more success, but Jake Matthews just fucking hopped on the back like a goddamn spider monkey. Spider monkey. And fucking choked him out. It was a beautiful choke. Beautiful fucking like opportunistic back take and submission. So yeah, I'm high on Jake Matthews. He's always hit or miss, bro. Gets fucked up by Matthew Semmelsberger and then just submits GD and Jaquani in like fucking a minute. But I like Jake. I think he's got sharp boxing, a little bit chinny, but he showed really good grappling in his last fight. You always love to see that. But Neil Magny's definition of a tricky customer, bro. I did not think he'd beat Dos Santos, Aleski Dos Santos. I'm never betting on Aleski again. I thought he was underrated. He low-key fucked up Renat for Krednov, but he's been looking like shit his last couple fights. Like, how do you get ground and pound knocked out by? I mean, I guess Neil Magny's ground and pound. His mount is low-key sneaky, bro. I don't know, who he's been training with, but he did the same shit to Mike Malott. Like, once he gets that mount, dude, he's not landing the hardest ground and pound shots, but he's just and the ref's gonna step in and stop that shit. So low-key, Neil Magny's been cooking up, but I do think Matthews will have good enough grappling and scrambling ability to not get mounted by Neil Magny. And on the feet, I do favor Jake Matthews. Like, Neil Magny is tricky. He's got a good clinch, good like fucking get guys up against the cage, land knees, a couple elbows. But Jake Matthews has got way better boxing in my opinion, and Magny really doesn't have anything threatening on the feet. I think Jake will probably land that calf kick a lot, set up the boxing, piece up Neil Magny. Do I think he finishes him? I don't really know, because I don't think he's like the caliber of a, Carlos Prates or Michael Morales. Me and Gary didn't fucking finish this guy. I am going Jake Matthews. I'm just between decision or knockout. You know what? I'm gonna go Jake Matthews by sub. Magny, Loki doesn't have the greatest jiu-jitsu defense. Got fucking subbed by Gilbert Burns instantly. Although Gilbert is a great grappler. Yeah, I was just so impressed by Jake Matthews grappling his last fight. I think he's gonna rock Magny and then latch up like an arm triangle, rear naked choke, something like that. So I'll go Jake Matthews by like second or third round submission. Next up we got Jack Jenkins going up against Direz. I like Jack Jenkins. Yeah. I thought he was pretty impressive when he made his debut. Nasty calf kicks. And you rarely see a guy that effective with the calf kicks. Jacked as fuck, explosive. A little bit small, he's short and stocky. Mullet, Australian. Dava has good boxing. And he scraps, but it's kind of weird, it's like a bitter bat scrap. Where he's really throwing and he's trying to fuck you up and he's throwing with power, but at the same time it just kind of looks kind of like Rafa Garcia and Jared Gordon when they were low-key throwing in slow motion, like that kind of boxing matchup. Beat City, that's a good win. Lost Davy Grant, that's not a bad loss. I do think this will be a very close fight. I'm gonna lean Jack Jenkins. I think he's gonna have more power, gonna be a bit more explosive, and I think that calf kick will probably come in handy for him. I don't think he's elite. I don't think he's top 15 or anything, but I think Jack Jenkins is pretty solid. So yeah, I'm gonna go Jack Jenkins by close 29-28 decision, just having slightly better moments, maybe mixing in the grappling, just having a smart game plan and outworking Direz. Maybe not outworking him volume-wise, but moment-wise. So I'm gonna go Jack Jenkins by decision. Next up, we got Jimmy Groot. Jimmy Groot. Going against Ivan Urslan. I'm gonna go Jimmy Groot. Ivan's not terrible or anything, but he had a really close fight with Loma. I don't think Ivan's the greatest in the world at light heavyweight. I think he's really middleweight. And if you're making it that close with him, and Jimmy Groot, I thought looked great his last fight against Martian Prax. He was a tricky fucking guy, man. He does have a lot of subs, or losses by submission, so it made sense that, Jimmy Groot, strong, good grappler, is gonna take him down, sub him, but that's still not, a super easy thing to do, and he made it look very easy. I do think Groot has pretty strong grappling, and I think he can get the takedowns and eventually submit a guy as slow and head-shaped like Ivan Urslan. So I'm gonna go Jimmy Groot by round 2 submission. Next up we got the main event. The main event of the evening. We got motherfucking Carlos Ulberg going against the GOAT, the man who beat John Jones, the greatest of all time, Dominic Reyes, the athlete.
This is a tough one, bro. This is so tough because I am gonna pick Ulberg, bro. I'm rooting for my boy Reyes. I really hope he wins, but I don't think this is a good stylistic matchup. If you look at Reyes' last couple wins, besides the Jacoby fight where he kind of pressured him against the cage, all of his wins are from guys rushing in and him landing that sneaky fucking left hand, bro. He's got a monster fucking southpaw left hand. And he's got good grappling, especially defensive wrestling. But it's all against guys who are coming in reckless. And Carlos Ulberg is not the kind of guy that's going to do that shit, you know? Yeah, fucked up Anthony Smith, Jacoby, and then Krylov, who are all, like, decent guys, right? But I think Ulberg's a lot better than all of those guys. Ulberg is the definition of a CKB guy. After he lost that fight with Nzechukwu, where he was fucking scrapping, he just said, alright, I'm going Israel Adesanya champion mode. I'm going calf kick, jab, spam the left hook, calf kick, jab to the body, fucking wide stance, karate ass fighting. I really thought Jan was gonna beat him, bro. I really did. But he out fucking technical battled Jan. Which, yeah, Jan's coming off of surgery and he's old and shit, but like, still, that's not easy to do because Jan loves a good technical battle. That's how he beat Izzy. Even though he's got a lot of power. You saw it against Ankalaev. Like, even when he hurts guys, he doesn't really rush in. He likes that technical fight, landing those low kicks. He's got a good jab, good left hook, and fucking, you know, it was a close fight. I was really rooting for Jan, but Ulberg out technicaled him, and that's not an easy thing to do. So I think this version of Ulberg definitely beats a guy like Reyes. That being said, just because stylistically he's not gonna rush in. He learned since that Nzechukwu fight. Bro learned. He was like, alright, no more rushing in. We're gonna fucking be on the outside, use my range, use my explosivity, my quickness, and get these fucking decisions. And again, he only gets these knockouts when it's guys that fucking rush in, like Alonzo Menefield, who just fucking went full retard. Tried to bum rush Ulberg and got slept. So, yeah. I'm gonna go Ulberg by fucking like 50. Not 50. I'll go like 49, 46, 48, 47 decision. I think this fight either goes one of two ways. Either one of them gets slept in like the first round, or it's one of the most boring fights of the year and it just goes to decision because they're both counter strikers, and you like very, very rarely do you get a great scrap when you put two counter strikers together, bro. Just look at Yoel and Israel Adesanya, you know. It's like my least kind of favorite matchup. I hate when they put two counter strikers together. It's like, oh, you know this shit's gonna go. They're just both gonna smile at range and not fucking commit to anything. I think maybe Reyes will offensively grapple. I think that would be a smart move from him because he really does have good wrestling. And make it kind of dirty, getting close and land that left hand. But yeah, I think Carlos is going to be sharp enough on the feet, land his calf kicks, dance around, land a couple left hooks, and do enough to win a pretty close unanimous decision against Dominic Reyes. So those are my predictions. It's not a bad card, you know. It's not the greatest, I'll be honest, but for a fight night, there's like 14, 15 fights, which I always love, especially when there's not a lot of name value. I think the UFC should stack those cards up with a lot of fights. I think it'll be kind of like a mixed card, like a 6 out of 10. I think there'll be a lot of fun fights, a lot of good performance, but then also some stinkers, you know? Like I'm looking at Charlie Campbell, Tom Nolan as a good one. What else am I liking? I think the heavyweight fight will probably end in knockout for sure. I think Mel and Cav will probably have a good fight. Like, I think there'll be a couple good scraps, a couple boring matchups. But yeah, not the greatest fight night in the world, name value-wise for sure. I mean, Jimmy Groot co-main event is a bit rough, but I'm not too mad at it, you know. And it's 10 p.m. start time, which I appreciate, but I know the Australian fans are not going to. But sucks for them. Should have fucking lived in the East Coast, buddy. But yeah, those are my picks and predictions for UFC Fight Night Ulberg versus Reyes. Have a great night. Don't let the bedbugs bite.